In this video, we're gonna try to graph the cosine of the arcsine of x. Okay, but before we do so, we need to remember this one because I just tried to do the video, but I had a lot of ideas that you might not know. So I said let's review some of the ideas. So we know that the unit circle. Let me graph it here. I hope I'm gonna do a nice one. Okay. So the unit circle. Okay. So we can graph it in the following manner. So we can represent it in by x squared plus y squared is 1. Okay. So this is just the Pythagorean theorem. Okay. So this is x here. This is x. And this is y, okay? So, and this is just the radius. But this x, if we define this angle here, okay? So, this is, we can do this one as cosine squared of alpha plus sine squared of alpha is 1, okay? So, this is another way. So, when we do use the angle as the parameterization of the circle. Okay, so to graph this one here, note that our angle is arcsine of x. Okay, so what's the arcsine? The arcsine is defined as a function from -1 and to minus pi over 2 pi over 2. Okay, for every x it does associate arcsine of x. So we need to see it in the circle. So forget about this here. Let me draw one more circle. Okay, because we wanted to. So the arcsine is defined. So we gotta use this one as this domain for the arcsine. So minus 1 here, 1. Okay, so any x that I take here, any x from -1, 1, I project it on minus pi over 2 pi over 2. So this is my pi over 2 pi over 2 here. Okay, so I project it here. I project the x, and the arcsine is just this one. This is the arcsine. If I apply the cosine, so this is an angle. This is some angle here. If I project it here, I get x back. So the sine of the arcsine is just x. So the sine of the arcsine of x is just x. But x has to be in this domain. Minus pi over 2 pi over 2. That's a must-have. So let's see what we can do here. Okay. So now let's use the alpha here and this condition. So we have cosine squared of the arcsine of x plus the sine squared of the arcsine of x is 1. We said this is x squared. So this is because it's x. So sine of the arcsine of x is x. So here we have the cosine squared of the arcsine of x is 1 minus x squared. Okay. So now the problem is when we want to take the square root. So this one is going to be positive or negative. Remember, so the arcsine is in here. Minus pi over 2 pi over 2. Okay? So here the cosine is positive. Okay? When my angle in here. Okay? My angle, so this is the angle here. So it's going to be minus pi over 2 pi over 2. So the cosine is positive. That's why I have the cosine of the arcsine of x is just 1 minus x squared. So this is this half circle. But we are not used to this because for us, this doesn't define a function. We are used to functions like this. Okay, so that's how we graph this, the cosine of arcsine. So my domain is minus 1/2, and it's having radius 1. So this is assumed that's 1. So this is my graph, cosine arcsine of x. Okay, it's here, but we are not used to graph something like this because this one doesn't satisfy. Okay, you have to move, you have to tilt your head to see it, yes? But we are not gonna do that. We are used to this. Even the unit circle is not a function. It's just a way of representing the parameters that we need in our study. So here, this is my graph of the cos of the arcsine of x. Okay? So now, our next issue is, can we graph the sine of the arc of the cosine of x? Okay, let's see what we can do. But for now, we stop this one to digest it because it's new.